Well, earlier in our 5 o'clock newscast, we heard 6 of the 12 candidates that were speaking at last night's candidate forum held by the Yakima Valley Landlords Association. John Franklin tells us about the other 6 that were there.
Democrat Maria Beltran, who is running for the state senate, spoke to dozens of people at the forum in Yakima.
And one of the top issues that people share with me is just how expensive it is. And I've talked to renters, I've talked to homeowners, I've talked to landlords. And one thing we gotta do is make sure that we are striking a balance between protecting landlords and our renters. We gotta find a smart, pragmatic way to bring down the cost of living. So we gotta get creative here.
Her opponent in that race, Republican Curtis King, answered some questions as well.
As you all know, the price of housing is out of reach for most people. And why is that? It's because of all the restrictions that we have, as a legislature, have put on the ability to own a home, to build a home, where you can build it. We've limited all of those things to the point where the cost of a house is unaffordable to most people.
Republican State Legislature District 15 candidate Rich Bright spoke about his beliefs.
I really felt strongly about representing my constituents no matter what, but Eileen Kissel of the Yakima Liberty Caucus said to me something about the Constitution, and we got to talking about it, and it kind of changed my opinion. So I can learn things even at my age. Is that as long as I follow the Constitution, everything I do in the legislature should be pretty good to go for my constituents, right?
Turning to a statewide race, Dan Matthews, who wants to be Washington's next lieutenant governor, spoke to the crowd.
Even in modest things, you don't have an excuse to shoot for the stars. But bringing law and order back into this state and enforcing the law, and especially bringing drug laws back into the state, has got to happen. Yes. 40 years of one party in control has left us in disarray, and we have to change that.
State Auditor candidate Matt Hawkins was at the forum.
My challenge here is not so much about real estate tonight as it is about, I'm trying to figure out how we can improve the process and systems within our state, and more importantly, with the Chevron decision that came down this last year, I'm trying to figure out how we can apply the Chevron deference decision into the state of Washington.
Former Grandview Mayor Gloria Mendoza was at the forum. She's running for District 14's first seat in the state legislature.
That a lot of times when you don't have enough housing for your constituents, you end up losing good people to other communities. I think it's important that communities continue to grow so that you're able to, to support the people that live in the area.
Reporting in Yakima for Action News, I'm John Franklin.
Thanks, John. And the 12 speakers at the forum were Matt Hawkins, Charissa Boyd, Maria Beltran, Gloria Mendoza, Deb Manjares, Phil Fortunato, Curtis King, Dave Olson, Dan Matthews, Rich Bright, LaDon Lindy and Jared Sesler. Part 1 of this report will be available to view on our YouTube channel later this evening, together, of course, with our second report.